When the first Lethal Weapon movie debuted in 1987, it was considered to be the most significant movie of its kind, setting a blueprint with its mix of hard-boiled storytelling and comedy. 4 movies and many years later, we've reached a point where one last movie will join the franchise and finish it the way it's meant to be. So with Lethal Weapon 5 slowly reaching the big screen, let's show you why it will possibly be the best one yet. The last Lethal Weapon movie that hit the big screen was in 1998. After many years, there was also a TV show based on the franchise. However, the show concluded in 2019. The talks of the 5th installment of this franchise began in 2017 when everyone was down to return, including Gibson, Glover, and director Donner.
I'm too old for this.
I'm too old for.
However, the movie was never greenlighted. It wasn't until 2020 when director Richard Donner went to confirm that the 5th movie is happening and that the title would be Lethal Finale. That same year, the movie entered active development with Donner back in the director's chair. When the movie was confirmed, he also mentioned that this would be his final movie before retirement. Sadly, Donner passed away in 2021, and many were left wondering where that would lead to this movie. Not to worry, the movie will still happen, and it was later revealed that it will be exclusive to HBO Max, so don't expect it in cinemas. Co-producer Dan Lin has confirmed that the movie has entered official development status in December 2020, but due to many delays over the years, we still haven't seen it. According to Gibson, the movie is still in the works, and he's very hopeful that the filming will officially begin in 2023.
Producer, and so now I'm going to direct the 5th one with
If that's the case, then we assume that it will be 2024 when we'll be able to see the movie. So far, there hasn't been an official release date yet, but if our calculations are correct and they're working on this movie day and night, then we should see it in early 2024. The one major change that has happened in this movie is that this time around, Mel Gibson will be the director. After the sudden death of director Donner, Gibson confirmed that he'll take a spot in the movie to honor Donner and the work he has done with the previous 4 movies. Gibson and Richard Wang worked together on writing the script, making sure it included everything they needed for this movie. The studio quickly backed up Gibson in his role of director, given that he has been greatly involved in the franchise and also had award-winning directorial skills. This will surely not be the first nor the last time that Gibson has directed a movie. His involvement in the franchise made him extremely vocal about Lethal Weapon, and his long-term friendship with Donner only made Gibson more eager to smash that like button, if he haven't done so already. But no, it made him eager to take his spot and finish what Donner had started in 1987.
What do you say, Jack? Would you like a shot at the title? Don't mind if I do.
This movie will be the final installment in the franchise, and we're sure that Gibson will do everything in his power to make it the best movie in the franchise. Over the years, Gibson has always been vocal about Lethal Weapon and how much he enjoyed portraying Martin Riggs. Due to his huge love for the franchise, he said that he would always come back for another installment, and when the 5th installment was announced, Gibson was the first one back and ready to roll. So far, he has also said that the screenplay has already been developed and everything is coming along great. Due to the Warner Brothers Discovery merger, the production of the movie got delayed, but the Oscar winner is confident that Lethal Weapon 5 will get back on track. As we mentioned, Gibson is back to reprise his role and return as Riggs for one last time. Alongside Gibson, we'll also see Danny Glover as Roger Murtaugh return. The original duo is back at it again. However, even though these two are back, there are still many mysteries about other cast members and their return. For example, there's still no work on whether Rene Russo, Chris Rock, and Joe Pesci will return. According to Gibson, it's a no-brainer that he and Glover would return as the leading roles.
Thanks. I don't make things complicated. That's just the way things get all by it.
He also wants many of the old cast to return and reprise their roles, but it all comes down to the script and whether or not there is room for their characters in the final installment. Since it has been many years since the 4th movie came out, we'll likely see a bunch of new characters joining Riggs and Murtaugh on their adventure. Surely, there will be a new set of bad guys, and we'll finally see if they're too old for this. Adding new characters is almost inevitable, but there still isn't any confirmation or rumors on who will join the cast. We'll likely learn more about the cast when the movie begins filming, but until then, we know that Gibson and Glover will be back and go on another epic journey together fighting bad guys.
You ever met anybody you didn't kill?
Well, I haven't killed you yet.
So far, the plot of the movie has been kept tightly under wraps. However, it has been revealed that the events of the story will take place in the present time. When the strongest man on Earth goes into difficulties, he needs to seek assistance and is rescued by 7 gorgeous women. It can't get crazier than this. Many have also speculated that in the movie, Gibson and Glover's characters are well into retirement and will have to smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. But no, in all seriousness, they'll have to jump back and use their talents to assist in a mission that only they can solve. Although most of the movie's storyline is rumors, for now, we can all expect a ton of action in the old-fashioned Lethal Weapon style.
God hates me, that's what it is.
Hate him back. It works for me.
It will likely showcase Gibson and Glover on their one last final case before the franchise is concluded. In the 4th movie, the duo and their families were targeted by Chinese mobsters, which led Riggs and Murtaugh to go on the offensive before they got to their loved ones. In the 5th movie, we expect to see a similar storyline, as we believe that the only way to get them out of retirement and back in action would be if someone were to threaten their families. This way, they would have one last chance to save themselves, their families, and a bunch of innocent people from the bad guys roaming the streets. This might all be speculation for now, but until we have any official confirmation about the 5th movie, all we can do is speculate. Given that a brief synopsis mentions the strongest man on Earth being saved by 7 women, we can surely expect a bunch of new characters entering the franchise and giving it a new and fresh vibe while remaining to be the iconic Lethal Weapon movie we all know and love. Back in 2018, Donner wanted the name of the 5th Lethal Weapon movie to be Lethal Finale, but later the production company Rideback wouldn't approve the name. There was also the issue that the name and the storyline won't match. To many, this was an indication that the franchise would continue after this 5th movie, but Donner has mentioned that after this movie, he's done with the franchise and is set to retire. Sadly, he died in 2021, but his legacy continued when Gibson took the director's spot and continued to make this movie happen. Although the 5th movie is happening, there is still no clear indication that another movie won't follow in the future. Over the years, Gibson and Glover have also said that they'll be officially retiring along their characters from the franchise after this movie. So even though the possibility for a 6th Lethal Weapon movie is there, it will not feature Gibson or Glover. On the note of respecting Donner's wishes, the studio and the actors will likely allow the franchise to conclude after Lethal Weapon 5. Although many have stated that it'll be the last movie of the franchise, many believe that a lot of prequels or sequels could follow in the future. If they do, you can bet that the leading roles of Riggs and Murtaugh won't be there. So far, there's no news about the 6th movie, and even Gibson himself said that this will be the last time he'll reprise the role of Riggs. It's gonna be the end of an era. You'll love this video next.